Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our weekly Nakshatra series, and today we are going to be doing our weekly Nakshatra series of Rahu in the Nakshatra of Dhanishta. And what happens when Rahu comes into the Nakshatra of Dhanishta in your horoscope? And if you do not know where your Rahu is placed, which sign it's in, which house it's in, which Nakshatra it's in, including all your other planetary placements and their Nakshatra placements. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, let's get started with Rahu in the Nakshatra of Dhanishta. So, Rahu in the Nakshatra of Dhanishta. As you know, Dhanishta Nakshatra goes from the sign of Capricorn to the sign of Aquarius. So there are two signs that have the quality of this Dhanishta Nakshatra. And Dhanishta, as you know, is a Nakshatra ruled by Mars. And it's a Nakshatra that's symbolized by either drums or flute, which pretty much means that this person marches at the beat of their own drum. This person does not let things affect them in their life, and they do not get distracted with other music. They only want to know that they're beating the drum and they're going straight forward. And obviously this nakshatra is a nakshatra of the 8 phases of God, the 8 avatars of God. And this is why this nakshatra has the very strong sattvic quality. But it also is known as sattvic and tamasic quality, due to the fact that this nakshatra is ruled by the sign of Saturn, Capricorn and Aquarius, and Aquarius is also co-ruled by Rahu. So that natural malefic nature is there. The natural rough nature is there. And tamasic nature simply means sattvic, tamasic, meaning that this person finds their sattvic self after dealing with all the struggles of this world, by dealing with all the material things of this world, by fighting for certain things that may not be in the best of their dharma. And this is the caste of a warrior, because obviously it's Mars that rules this nakshatra. That means they're here to fight for something. You know, certain nakshatras are here to search for something, like Mrigashira, which is also ruled by Mars. But this is the warrior caste, and this is about, I'm here to fight for something, to stand for something. And this is why the Pitta of this, or the Ayurvedic dosha of this nakshatra is Pitta. There's fire in this. And fire is a fixed fire, meaning that this is me, this is what I'm here to do, and I'm going to accomplish it. And I have the fire and the will to succeed, to do these things. And Dhanishta literally means like the abundance of wealth, the wealth of knowledge. People usually like mistake this. They're like, you know, I have this and this planet in this nakshatra. I have Venus in Dhanishta nakshatra, I have Jupiter in Dhanishta nakshatra. Am I going to be wealthy? And I'm like, if you ask me that question, you are probably not even reading 1% of what this nakshatra means. This nakshatra means that wealth, abundance of wealth. But what abundance of wealth? Abundance of wealth of knowledge, higher knowledge, spiritual knowledge, the essence and the knowledge of knowing thyself. But what happens is, in a certain sign, especially in Capricorn, this nakshatra becomes more about the wealth of status. And with status in this day and age, what comes? Wealth. This is why it's a little bit misconstrued, this understanding of nakshatra, because remember, Capricorn is a sign of status. It's a sign of governancy. It is the sign of finding your role in this life, your karmic role in this life, your leadership role in this life, and dealing with authorities. So this person is a very business-minded person. Like, especially when you have many planets in Capricorn, you become a business-minded person. Everything that has to do with the business, the corporate world. You may be a spiritual guru for the corporate world. And this is why Saturn rules this sign of Capricorn and the sign of Aquarius. However, Rahu steps in this nakshatra. Rahu is this malevolent energy that wants us to taste the elixir of this life. Rahu wants to have us taste this elixir of life, which is what? All the physical pleasures, whether it's sexual pleasures, monetary pleasures, pleasures of vehicle and women and jewelry and fame and status, to let us dwell into this little pond, this little lake we think is our only world. And Rahu just keeps us in there rotating, where we don't realize there's something outside of this little pond, something infinite. So Rahu is energy that kind of represents what we're here to learn in this life, what we're here to accomplish in this life, what we're here to deal with in this life based on our past experience, due to Ketu being the past experience. So here, Rahu, especially when it's in sign of Capricorn, in the nakshatra of Dhanishta, becomes extremely power hungry. And this is actually, I've seen it in my own case, where when I do consultations of people and I find Rahu in Dhanishta nakshatra, in the email you can see it. They're like, how can I attain power? Do you think I will be good in politics? Do you think I can become a CEO of this company that I'm in? I've been here 15 years. I'm at the executive position. Can I be that? I really need to be powerful. I need to have power. So automatically it's embedded in them with this Rahu that their mission in this life, their goals in this life, what they are here to accomplish in this life, is to find their seat of power. And the way they find it, by steering through like a rower, and especially with Rahu in Dhanishta nakshatra ruled by Mars, these people are very much naturally attracted to fields of engineering and technology. They're naturally attracted to wanting to be in service for the government. Like somebody might want to become a soldier, a marine, a police. And in Dhanishta nakshatra, which is this wealth, right? Abundance of wealth, where Rahu kind of misunderstands it. This is why you, as a person, misunderstands this nakshatra. Rahu always looks for wealth. How do I find my status? Because remember, Rahu does not have the body, right? Metaphorically, it keeps eating. So it keeps wanting to get that nourishment of leadership. I want to be a leader. I want to be a leader. When they get to the leadership, they want to, I know, how do I get even higher than this? And all they want to do with this leadership, especially in Capricorn, Rahu, I want to accumulate all the things that come with power for myself and perhaps even for my family. Because what do you do as a Capricorn energy? What is it that you are trying to do? You're trying to seek power, right? You're trying to seek a higher level of authority, especially in this day and age. And I'm not talking about Capricorn back in the days where you wanted to serve the government. No, now it becomes like, how do I take over government? How do I take over that business leadership? And Rahu's malevolent nature, the tamasic nature of Rahu, is wanting to seek power so it can attain all the things that come with power. You know, like you can get all the government car. Anytime you go to a hotel, you stay at the luxury hotel. So you take advantage of that because you're in power. You get the bonus check because you're in power. You get the highest of the bonus check for yourself. And so this way you can feed your other places that you want to feed. The material places, you're like your home, wanting to buy a big house, wanting to buy luxury cars with that power. However, when Rahu goes into the sign of Aquarius, or usually I should be doing it backwards, but doesn't matter. When Rahu is in the sign of Aquarius, part of this nakshatra. See, Rahu rules the sign of Aquarius along with Saturn. And also Mars is ruling this nakshatra. And Mars is what? Mars represents that sattvic energy. Mars is like, look, I'm here to fight for something. I'm here to fight for a cause. So now Rahu is like looking for power. Okay? He's searching for power, recognition, achievements, so it can help the world at large. Because what is Aquarius? Aquarius is a sign of large organization, societies at large, social welfare, social reform, non-profit organization. Why does Rahu or sign of Aquarius represents all these things? Because it is the sixth from the sixth sign. Sign of Virgo is really the sign of servitude, sign of non-profit organization, social welfare, social reform, because it's the original sixth house. So what is sixth from the sixth? Is the sign of Aquarius, the higher self of the sixth house. So here, by attaining all your hopes, wishes, and desires through power, you also are going to be more inclined towards helping other people. You will look less towards me and more towards you. And Rahu is now becomes hungry for admiration for people. So here's the thing, the Rahu nature stays malefic. Rahu is still looking for recognition, praises. Like, oh my God, I was recognized by the UN for doing the work that I did in this country. Yes. Everybody look at me, everybody. Where can I get the award from? So you see that tamasic materialistic nature is there. But the good thing is, even though Rahu wants this, your energy, not just Rahu, you want this, you also end up doing the good for the society. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to want the power. It's okay to get the awards and give speeches in front of thousands of people and millions of viewers for your accomplishment. Because once you realize that, once Rahu sees that, I have achieved this. So now Rahu then goes into the state of, okay, that didn't really help me. That didn't really fulfill me. Getting this award, this was just a one night thing and now I'm gone and nobody will know me within a week or two. So then what Rahu does, he does it more. He wants to go more and do something else so it can receive the achievement. So that's the sattvic, tamasic nature that comes into play of this nakshatra. That the sattvic work is being done with tamasic intuition and tamasic foundation. That I want to do this. Now, obviously, other planet in this nakshatra will not behave with the same intention. But when you're talking about Rahu, Rahu naturally wants to shock the world. Rahu naturally wants to do something so eccentric that it gets the recognition. Because Aquarius is a sign of eccentricity. These are very eccentric people, like, you know, like the madman, the mad scientist working in the laboratory and has a long beard, long hair, hasn't brushed his teeth and doesn't even know where his wife is. Yet he looks like a complete homeless man, yet he's a complete genius. And that is a sign of Aquarius. It is hard to understand this Aquarius side of a person. Like any planet, especially moon and sun and the ascendant of Aquarius, it is really hard to understand who this person is. Even astrologers will somewhat fail who this person is. But the way you can say things is that you're just an eccentric personality. At 1 minute, you want to be with the crowd. The next minute, you want to leave the crowd. 1 minute, you want to be laughing. The next minute, you're going to be completely mad and pissed off. Because there's these, remember, sign 11, 11th sign of the zodiac, right? 11, 11, 1, 1, which is what? Exact same thing. The two twins, 1 and 1, sitting right there upon your head like an ascendant, or upon your soul like the sun, or upon your mind like the moon. So one twin says this, the other twin says this, one twin says this, the other twin says this. So this person is always like juggling from one twin to the other. And especially in the nakshatra of Dhanishta, that royal energy comes in, that I have to accomplish this for society so I can get the recognition and awards and achievements. But one thing I've also noticed on my own is that these are very technically intelligent people. Like I've seen so many people who are in engineering, More than like computer engineering or software engineering, actual engineering, robotics engineering, civil engineering, mining engineering, on whatever kind of engineering that is out there, automotive engineering, because especially Mars represents engineering in the auto part, and especially Aquarius is a sign ruled by Saturn. Saturn is machinery. So I see a lot of those people as well here, who are very much dedicated to wanting to be recognized for what they did in terms of their technical advances and their technical knowledge. But this is a nakshatra that can really motivate a person to find success in life. But it all depends on, what type of success you want. You may just want the success for yourself, live your happy life, feed your family, feed your wife, get your wife and your husband the things that they want in life. Or you might be the type of person who wants to accomplish everything for itself, but also to help the society at large and to be recognized by it. And that's what the nature of Rahu is. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of Rahu in the Nakshatra of Dhanishta. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your Rahu is and all the other planetary placements, my books, reports, consultations, for that check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.